Makers. This tutorial is made for absolute beginners to Arduino. So if you are interested to learn Arduino from scratch, you are on the right place. For this tutorial series, we will use Arduino IDE software to program the Arduino board and Proteus simulation software in order to simulate on virtual board. If you have a real hardware, it will be awesome, but do not worry. Most of the tutorials have simulation and real hardware implementation, so you can follow up the tutorial without a real hardware. Arduino is an open-source electronics platform based on an easy-to-use microcontroller, which consists of hardware and software. There are different types and models of Arduino boards, like Arduino Uno, Arduino Mini, Arduino Mega, and so on. If we say, Arduino is a microcontroller, then what is microcontroller? A microcontroller is an integrated circuit or IC containing all main parts of a typical computer. Those are processor, the main part which is also known as brain of microcontroller. Memories, it consists RAM and ROM like that of ordinary computers. Peripherals, any auxiliary device which used with the microcontroller, and inputs and outputs, this is way of communication between the microcontroller and the real world or the environment. There are so many microcontrollers in the electronics world. So why should we choose Arduino? This is because Arduino software is easy to use for beginners and flexible enough for advanced users. Most of the time it is used for prototyping. Some of its advantages are inexpensive. The full kit costs less than $50, which is inexpensive compared to other microcontrollers. It has simple and clear programming language, for programmer as well as beginner. Open source and large community to support while we need external support. Cross-platform. Arduino IDE runs on a variety of operating systems. Even if C++ is the most common and widely used language for Arduino board programming, Arduino can also be programmed using Python. For this tutorial series we use C++, as C++ is widely used for Arduino programming. But later on we will try to see how we can use Python Fermata protocol in order to program Arduino with Python. Now let's install Arduino IDE software. Go to Google and search for Arduino IDE download. Then open the first link, which is the official website of Arduino. If you have stable internet connection, you can use online Arduino IDE by clicking on Code Online. You can sign in with Google, Facebook, or you can create new account. To install the Arduino IDE software on your machine, go to Download option and choose your operating system. In this case we will install on Windows operating system. You can install for Linux or Mac OS as long as the procedure is the same. For Windows we have two options, those are Windows Win 7 installer and Windows zip file. I recommend you to use the installer. So click on Windows Win 7 installer and click just download. The download will start automatically. It may take some time based on your internet speed. The download is completed. Now click on the application and agree to all terms and policy. I recommend you to check all options, then click next. Finally click install. We have successfully installed Arduino IDE onto our machine. Now close the installer. Now let's open the software. When you open the Arduino software or when you create new Arduino project on the software, you will see the Arduino IDE software with two built-in empty functions. Those are void setup function and void loop function. We will learn about them in upcoming video. As you can see on the left top corner there are a variety of buttons. Let's see each one by one. The right sign is called verification button. It used to verify that our code is free of error. The right arrow button next to the verification button is upload button, which used to upload our code onto the Arduino board. The button next to the right arrow is used to start new project. The upward arrow is used to open existing project from specific folder. The downward arrow is used to save our project to specific folder. In order to upload our code onto Arduino board, first we have to choose our board type by visiting board, then choose your board type. In addition to choosing the board type, we have to also choose the appropriate port number in order to upload the code onto the Arduino board. And then we have to press the upload button. The last but not the least interesting thing which we gonna to see in this tutorial is pre-built example codes in Arduino IDE. To get pre-built Arduino example codes, we have to go to File, Examples. Then we can see a variety of example codes. You can open and use or modify specific pre-built code. Okay. Now let us make our first Arduino project using real hardware, and then we will make the simulation using Proteus 8 software, and also we will fix some issues which we might face while working for the first time. For this tutorial we will use the blink example code, which used to blink on and off the internal or external LED attached to pin 13. After opening the blink example code on your Arduino IDE, you can avoid or you can leave it as it is the comment on the code. If you think this tutorial is helpful, consider subscribing and like the video. Go to Tools, Board and choose the Arduino board type which you gonna work with. Let's work with Arduino Uno, so we will choose Arduino Uno. The Arduino board is not connected to the computer. But if we try to choose serial port, you can see port COM3, since we haven't connected the board to our computer yet. So we verify that COM3 is not the port used to communicate our Arduino board with our computer. If you go to Device Manager, Ports, you can see COM3 port exists. If we connect our Arduino board to the PC, we will get additional port, which is USB serial port or COM6 port. This is the port we gonna use to upload our Arduino code onto the board. You can update, uninstall or disable if you need so. If you are not able to fix your problem using this method, you need to download USB driver for UPC. So, go to your browser and search for Arduino USB driver. Download a driver for your operating system and install the driver. Choose the appropriate port and upload the code. Now the built-in LED is blinking. Let's connect external LED to pin 13 with 220 ohm resistor. Now the external LED is blinking. Proteus is one of the best software for simulating Arduino projects. Now we will make our first Arduino project simulation, which is blinking LED. Whether or not you buy Proteus software, you can follow up on the steps with me. We will open Proteus software and start a new project. Then we will bring Arduino Uno, LED, and resistor onto the working space. Search for red LED, resistor and Arduino Uno board. Now drag the three materials onto the working space to make them ready to connect. For blinking LED, we need to make the LED on and off, so we have to use one of the digital pin from pin 0 up to pin 13 to blink the LED. I am gonna to use pin 12, but you can choose from pin 0 to pin 13. Now make the connection as shown in this video. Note that if you change the pin number, the connection must be done with that specific pin. The resistor is 10 kilo ohms by default. This is very high value. This may make the LED brightness very low, so we can use 0.22 kilo ohm resistor. This limit the power to appropriate value. To come up towards this number, you can use Ohm's law. We have made the Proteus hardware connection. Now let's write the Arduino code. Open Arduino IDE software. Now initialize the variable LED to 12 or the pin number which you have used onto the Proteus circuit connection, and finalize this line of code with semicolon. If you write 100 lines of code, and if you want to change the pin from pin 12 to pin 7, You need to change only this line of code from 12 to 7 rather than changing multiple lines of code. Go to void setup function. This runs only one time. Write pin mode with M capitalized. This is pre-built Arduino function. Open brace, write LED comma output with all capital letter, close the brace and terminate the line with semicolon. This help us to use LED pin, which is digital pin 12, as an output. Now go to the loop function. This function will run again and again. And write digital write with W capital letter, open brace LED comma high with all in uppercase, close the brace and terminate the line with semicolon. Delay, open brace 3000, close brace and terminate the line with semicolon. 3000 means 3 second or 3000 millisecond. Digital writ with W capital letter, open brace LED comma low with all in uppercase, close the brace and terminate the line with semicolon. Delay, open brace 3000, close brace and terminate the line with semicolon. This code will make the LED on for 3 seconds and off for 3 seconds. By generating 5 volt at pin 12 for 3 seconds and 0 volt for another 3 seconds again and again. Save the code to specific folder and compile the code to check everything is fine. If you see done compiling, you made it. If not, check each and every line. You can use the code in the description. After the compilation is done, go to Sketch and click on Export Compiled Binary. Now go to Proteus Software and click on it Mega 328 Arduino microchips. Edit component will pop up. Click on Upload hex file and go to the folder which you saved your project. Choose the standard hex file and hit OK. Now you can press the Run button on the left bottom corner of the Proteus software. It works. You can also change the delay to make the blink faster. Go to the code and change 3000 millisecond to 300 millisecond. Export the hex file and run the project again. As you can see, it get faster. Do not forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you.